Okay, so good day. Ang isa pa nating i-discuss is about banking curves. So, ano po ba yung banking curves? Okay, so in this particular figure, makikita mo na you have a certain transportation which is moving po or traveling po in a certain curvilinear path. Okay, nakikita nyo dito na naka-elevate po yung ating daan kung saan po nagta-travel po yung ating kotse. Okay, so ito din po is an example of a bank curve, okay, kung saan po yung bisikleta po is traveling not on a horizontal plane, okay, hindi po siya horizontal, so meron po siyang konting elevation. Okay, so ito din po is a car traveling in a horizontal circular path. So, hindi siya nakabank, walang angle po or wala pong elevation po yung ating kotse. Tingnan nyo kung ano nangyayari dun sa kotse. There's a tendency po na magkaroon po ng slip at saka magkaroon po, it's either mag-slide po siya sa gitna o kaya naman po tumalsik po siya. So, ibig sabihin po, meron po dito nagkakaroon po sa atin na pressure po dun sa kotse, dun po sa gulong niya kasi po iniiwasan po na magkaroon po siya ng skidding o kaya naman po slipping when traveling po in a circular horizontal plane. Okay, so ito din po is an example of a car na moving po, again, in circular path at horizontal plane lang po siya. So, nagkakaroon po ng skidding, tumatalsik po yung ating kotse at again, makikita niyo may skid mark. So, ibig sabihin, may pressure po dun sa wheel. Okay, so yan din po is an example of a motorcycle moving po in horizontal circular path. Okay, so din yan po. So in this particular figure, makikita mo na yung ating elevation po dito, naka-elevate na po yung ating daan. So ibig sabihin, naka-bank po siya. Meron pong angle from the horizontal. So bakit po nagkakaroon po ng ating pag-bank ng curve? Yung pong ating tinatawag na bank curve is a curve that has its surface at an angle with respect po to the ground on which the curve is positioned. The reason po kung bakit po natin nagkakaroon ng bank ng curve, okay, para po para maiwasan po natin na magkaroon po ng pressure po dun sa gulong. Binabank din po natin yung curve para po hindi po siya mag-slip the center o kaya naman po hindi po siya mag-skid. So, ibig sabihin, it will still be traveling on the circular path. Okay? Kasi minsan po sa sobrang bilis niya, it's either po natatalsik siya o mag-away from the center po o kaya naman po sa sobrang bagal po niya, mag-i-slip po siya sa papuntang gitna po ng circular path. So, para po ganun, maiwasan po yun, nilalagyan po natin ng curvature po or elevation po yung kanyang dinadaanan. Okay, next po, meron po tayong tinatawag na centrifugal force. The centrifugal force is the opposite of centripetal. Ang centripetal is center-seeking. So, yung centrifugal naman po is the force acting away from the center of the curvature. So, dito po, the centrifugal force in the banking curve is acting through its centroid to create a dynamic equilibrium. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung counterpart natin na reverse effective force. So, yun po yung ating opposite po ng ating centripetal. So, that would be the centrifugal force. So, ano po ba yung centrifugal force? The centrifugal force is the apparent outward force on a mass when it is rotated. It exists when an object is moving in a circular path. So, yan po yan. Okay? So, di ba po, center-seeking po siya supposed to be. So, dapat po yung centripetal. Kaya nga lang po, gusto po natin i-analyze po siya as a dynamic equilibrium. So, this is the reverse of this is the reverse effective force. So, kung ito po yung ating acceleration, okay, we have the tangential, okay, ito na po yung ating normal. So, kasi po, opposite po siya para po maging dynamic equilibrium. So, ito po yung ating normal acceleration, and this now would be the acceleration resultant. So, the ating normal acceleration po, just like the centripetal force, is equivalent po to v squared all over r. Kaya lang po, again, opposite po siya ng direction po ng ating centripetal acceleration. So, if you're going now to recall po the formula for the Newton's law, basta po ating gumagalaw, force is equivalent po, the net force is equivalent po to the mass multiplied by the acceleration. Kaya lang po, we're talking of the centripetal force, so that would be m, multiplied by the acceleration, since that would be the centrifugal force, ibig sabihin po, the acceleration must be the same direction po as the acceleration. So, ang gagamitin po natin is the normal acceleration, which is equivalent po to v squared all over r. Now, pag inayos po natin or ni-arrange natin to compute for the mass, it is equivalent po to weight all over the g and then v squared all over the r. So, ito po yung ating mga possible formula for the centrifugal force in terms of the mass or in terms of the w and then the g. So, this is the representation or the value or the symbol of each of the variables that we had used. Okay. Ideal banking. Ideal banking, okay, ginagawa po natin yon para po maiwasan po natin yung skidding. So, dalawa po ang scenario. It's either mag-skid po siya, tatalsik po siya, yan, tatalsik po siya dyan, o kaya naman po mag-slip po siya. So, ginagawa natin, itinataas natin, so that would be banking of curves. In fact, for every bank curve, there is one speed where the entire centripetal force is supplied by the horizontal component of the normal force and no friction is required. So, pag nag-travel po siya ng certain bank curve, okay, naka-elevate po siya, meron po tayong tinatawag na ideal speed o kaya po rated speed, kung saan po na wala pong friction po dun sa ating gulong. Okay, so let us now try to analyze po the ideal banking. So this is a car. Okay, it has, ito po yung tinatawag nating elevation po ng bank curve. Okay, so what are the forces acting on the car? It has its weight. It has the centrifugal force. So ibig sabihin, ito po yung magiging dynamic equilibrium. Okay, supposed to be kasi gitna po siya. So, pupunta po siya dyan. The centripetal should be always toward po the center. So, again, the centrifugal naman po for the ideal banking, dapat po ito ay away from the center po. Okay? What else are acting on it? It's normal force. Okay? Ito po yung ating magiging Cartesian plane. Along the x po would be the inclined, kung saan po dumadaan po yung ating kotse. So, this is with the inclined road. Okay? And then, yung naman po y should be perpendicular to the x. So, neglecting po the frictional force for the ideal banking, wala pong pressure po sa gulong po ng ating kotse if it is traveling in ideal speed or rated speed. So, if you're now going to draw the force triangle, of all the forces acting on the tires, we have the weight, we have the centrifugal force, and then we have the normal force. Okay, if we're now going to determine po, this would be the value of the theta, kung i-analyze po natin yung ating geometry, okay, ito po yan. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito po ay theta, the opposite angle is also equivalent po to theta. So, yan po yan. Or vertical angle, or opposite angle. So, ito yung mga terms po dyan. So, ito po yung ating theta. Now, let's proceed po. Pag ginamit po natin yung ating trigonometric function, because this forms a right triangle, pag ginamit po natin yung tangent of theta, the opposite side po would be the F sub c, that would be the centrifugal force all over the adjacent side, which is equivalent po to the weight. Recall po natin na yung ating F sub c can be rewritten as W over G, so that would be the M, multiplied by the acceleration that is normal, that would be V squared all over R, all over W. The W would cancel out. So, ang matitira na lamang po would be V squared all over GR. Take note po, ideal banking po ito. So, pag ideal banking po siya, wala pong friction. or wala pong pressure po dun sa gulong, at kung wala pong pressure po sa gulong, ang tawag po natin dun sa ating velocity is what we call po the rated speed or the ideal speed. However po, hindi naman po laging ideal ang takbo ng ating gulong o ng ating kotse. So let's say po, meron po tayong actual speed. If the actual speed po is greater than the rated speed or the ideal speed, okay, mabilis ang takbo niya. So kung mabilis ang takbo niya, ibig sabihin, ang tendency niya ay tumalsik. So mag-i-skid po siya, tatalsik po siya mula po sa ating daanan. So dinadaanan niya. So, kung ito po yun, let us now try to analyze po all the forces acting at the tires. So, you have the weight, okay? You have the normal force, you have the centrifugal force. What else? Meron na po tayong friction. Okay? O kaya naman po, ang tinatawag po natin dyan sometimes is the pressure on the wheel. Okay? We have studied in physics or in statics po, that the frictional force and then the normal force can be rewritten into one single force. So that would be the resultant. Okay? So susulat po natin yan such that tatlong forces na lang po kasi gagamit po ako ng force triangle. So I have the weight, I have the F sub C, I have the resultant of the frictional force as well as the normal force. Okay? Recall po natin na ang formula po natin natin sa friction po, okay, tangent phi is equivalent po to mu. So, ito po yung tinatawag po nating angle of friction, yung ating pong phi, and then the mu, that would be the coefficient of friction. The frictional force also has a formula of mu all over n. So, alam po natin yan. Therefore, pag inayos na po natin siya, tangent phi is equivalent to mu. However po, the mu is equivalent po to frictional force all over the n when you rearrange this one. So, parehas po silang mu. In-equate lang po natin siya. So, pwede po natin din magamit po itong formula na to in getting po the angle of friction. Okay? So, ito po yung ating angle of friction. Ang tawag po natin sa physics niyan is angle of repose. So, ito po yung ating weight. Okay, what else are acting on it? You have the the centrifugal force. And then, supposed to be, ito po yung ating N. Okay, kaya lang po hindi po yan ang gagamitin ko. Ang gagamitin ko po is the resultant po para po mabuo po yung force triangle. Kaya lang po, gusto ko pong mapakita po dito yung pong ating theta. Okay, dito po, ito po yung ating theta. Mula po siya sa vertical, papunta po siyang sa normal force. So, ito po yung theta. So, ibig sabihin, in the force triangle, mula po dito sa vertical na green hanggang po dun sa hidden line na blue, that would be also equivalent po to the theta. Okay? But ang isusulat po natin is the resultant po of the normal and the frictional force, which is represented po as the R. And I have to write the angle of inclination po of the resultant na mula po sa ating normal force. So, that would be equivalent po to the phi. So, ito po yan. Okay? Now, kung kukuhanin na po natin, this forms now a right triangle, the green, the yellow, and then the violet. So, pag kinuha po natin yan, tangent of theta plus phi, so i-add ko po itong dalawa to, is equivalent po to F sub C, opposite, all over the adjacent, all over W. Substitute ko lang din po ulit ang value po ng F sub C, that would be W over G multiplied by B squared all over R. Take note po, ito pong B po dito is no longer V sub R kasi po, this is considered already as the actual speed. Yun na po yung takbo niya, kaya po meron po tayo ditong phi. This serves as the pressure po or the friction on the wheel. So, pag sinimplify po natin dyan, yung W po natin ay magka-cancelled out. So, the value now for the tangent of theta plus P is equivalent po to V squared all over GR. Take note po, yung ating po ditong V is already the actual speed. Okay? And then, the P po would be the angle of friction. This is the formula na gagamitin po natin pag po yung actual speed is greater than the ideal speed or the rated speed. Now, assume naman po natin na yung actual speed is lesser than the rated speed. So, ibig sabihin, mabagal. At pag mabagal naman po siya, ang tendency naman po ay mag-slip papuntang pong gitna. Okay? Kung papunta po siyang gitna, let us now try to analyze po kung what will happen po to the formula. What would be the changes po in the formula? So, ano po yung mga forces na nag-a-act po sa ating gulong? You have the weight, you have the normal force. Again, to be dynamic equilibrium, ito po yung ating opposite po. Tinatawag po natin reverse effective force. Ito po yung ating centrifugal force. You have the frictional force. Papunta po sa pataas kasi po ang tendency po ay mag-slip. Okay, papababa. So, ibig sabihin, opposite po lagi ang direksyon ng ating frictional force. And then again, kamukha ko nga na nasabi kanina, that the normal and the frictional force can be rewritten po into one single resultant na ang kailangan pong inclination niya mula po sa normal force is what we call po the angle of friction phi. Now, kung drawing din po natin yung ating force triangle, you have the weight, you have the F sub c. Okay, ang drawing ko na lamang po is the resultant. Okay, kaya lang po, kuhanin ko muna po itong aking angle po. So, mula po kanina ng ating normal, papunta pong vertical force, gamit po yung ating vertical angle theorem po ng ating geometry. Ito pong angle na to is theta. Okay? Kaya lang po, kukuhanin ko po talaga yung aking resultant para masama ko na po doon yung component po ng normal at saka po ng frictional force. So, ito po yung aking resultant. Okay? Ngayon, yung ating pong angle of friction, dapat po iyan ay nakasukat mula po sa normal papunta po siyang resultant. So, ito po iyan. Okay? Ngayon, kung ating naman pong i-analyze na po the force triangle on the green, yellow, and violet, gamit po ako ng tangent po. Yung pong gagamitin ko pong tangent ay ito, ang angle ko po ay ito na. So, para makuha ko po itong angle na to, this is theta minus po P, and that would be equivalent po to this particular angle. So, tangent of theta minus P all over the opposite side, which is equivalent po to F sub C, all over the adjacent, which is equivalent po to W. Again po, substituting the value of F sub C, okay, magkakaroon po ako ng ganyan, magka-cancel lang po itong aking W at lalabas na po itong equation po na to. Again, the V here is no longer po the ideal speed, it is already po the actual speed. Example number 1. A boy running a foot race rounds a flat curve of 50 feet radius. If he turns at rate of 15 mph, at what angle with the vertical will he incline his body? So, dito po, yung daw pong lalaki, he is running on a certain track, okay, na round daw po siya, flat po siya, so hindi po siya nakabank. Okay? Ang binigay po yung radius which is 50 feet. Ano daw dapat po yung angle po para po makapag-travel po siya ng 15 miles per hour. So, ibig sabihin, this is already the ideal speed para po he should be on the track po. Hindi naman sinabi po kasi yung kanyang tumatakbo po siya ng mabilis. So, ibig sabihin, this is considered as the rated speed. Kung rated speed po yan, okay, ito po yung boy, okay, so ito po yung kanyang radius of curvature po kung saan po siya lumalakad po na track, okay, so ito po yung ating axis, that would be the y-axis, okay, ito po yung kanyang angle po para po mag-keep track po siya on this particular circular track. Ang kailangan daw po natin ay ito pong theta, okay, so for the velocity, that is ideal speed, okay, or rated speed, it is equivalent po to 50 miles per hour. However po, dahil gagamit po tayo ng G po sa formula po ng ating ideal angle, kailangan po natin siya i-convert po into feet per second. So, pag kinonvert po natin yan, magkakaroon po ako ng value po na 22 feet per second. Okay? Take note po on how to convert po the miles per hour into feet per second. Now, for the angle of inclination, since this is considered already as the rated speed, okay, gagamitin ko po yung ideal banking angle. So, tangent of theta is equivalent po to V squared all over GR. So, pag sinubstitute mo na yung ating V, this now would be considered as the rated speed all over the G. Ang gagamitin natin is 32.2 all over the R, which is equivalent po to 50 feet. So, when you substitute po, ayan po, may makukuha ka na pong value po na 16.7319 degrees. Example number 2. The rated speed of a highway curve of 200 feet radius is 30 miles per hour. If the coefficient of friction between the tires and the road is 0.6, what is the maximum speed at which a car can round the curve without skidding? Okay? So, take note po, binanggit po yung rated speed. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yung kanyang ideal speed sa pag-travel po in a certain curve. Ang radius of curvature ng road is equivalent daw to 200 feet. Okay? Ang sabi doon, ano daw dapat yung maximum actual speed para po nang sa ganon, hindi daw po mag-i-skid po yung kotse. Okay, so ito yung kotse. He will be traveling at a certain speed, maximum daw, para po hindi po tumalsik po siya. Okay, ibinigay po yung coefficient of friction between the tire and the road, which is equivalent po to 0.6. So, recall po again natin yung ating angle of friction, which is equivalent po to the phi. It can be computed if we know the value of the coefficient of friction. So, pag kinuha po natin yan, ang ating pong angle of friction will be equivalent po to 30.9638 degrees. Now, for the angle of inclination, ito po ating curve po na to. Okay. Tangent of theta is equivalent po to v squared all over gr. Ibinigay naman po yung ating ideal speed, the rated speed. So, yun lang po, yung 30 po natin, that is miles per hour, we have to convert it into feet per second. That's why I have to multiply it by 5,280 and then divide by 3,600. This velocity now, that is the rated speed or the ideal speed, must be squared divided by the g. Ito po yung 32.2 all over po the rated, the radius of curvature, which is 200 feet. So, may makukuha na po akong ideal angle po, which is 16.7319. So, ito po yung aking theta. Ngayon, for the maximum velocity, take note po, nasabi ay skidding ang kanyang scenario. So, pag skidding po ang scenario, ang formula pong gagamitin natin is tangent of theta plus phi is equivalent po to v squared all over gr. Tandaan po na ang ating pong ay tatalsik. So, kung tatalsik po siya, ang ating pong friction ay paganito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang aking theta po ay nandito. Okay? At ito po yung aking friction naman. So, theta plus phi po yan. Ito yung theta, and then ito po yung phi. So, we have to add this particular angle. Okay? So, substituting po yung ating angle, we have the theta, which is equivalent po to 16.7319. The phi has been computed as 30.9638. Equivalent po, ito po yung ating actual speed. So, that would be the maximum speed without skidding. And then, divided by g, divided by the radius of curvature. So, magkakaroon po ako ng Vmax, which is equivalent po to 84.1213 feet per second. Okay, example number 3, the super elevation of a railroad track is the number of inches that the outside rail is raised to prevent side thrust on the wheel flanges of cars rounding the curve at a rated speed. Determine the super elevation E for a track having a gauge of 4 feet 8.5 inches of 2,000 feet radius and the rated speed of 60 miles per hour. What is the flange pressure on the wheels of a 100,000 pound car that rounds the curve at 80 miles per hour? So, dito po, dinefine lang po yung ating ibig sabihin po ng super elevation. Okay, ito daw po yung number of inches that the railroad track must be raised. Okay, para po wala pong pressure po dun sa ating gulong. So, ito po yung tinatawag nating E, the super elevation. So, kailangan natin kuhanin po yung ating value po ng theta. Okay. So, ito yung ating railroad track. So, ito po yung saan dumadaan yung ating kotse. Dito yung kanyang gulong. Okay. Ito po yung ating angle ng ideal banking angle. At ito po yung tinatawag po nating super elevation po. Itong ditong part po na to. Okay. So, ito yung ating gulong. This is the theta. Okay. Ang nag-act sa ating gulong is its weight. Meron tayong centrifugal force at meron tayong normal force. Okay, so ito naman yung ating pressure on the wheel. If it is traveling, say, greater than the rated speed or ano ba to? Lesser than the rated speed. Ngayon, dahil it is traveling at greater than the ideal speed, the pressure is also termed as the friction. So, ibig sabihin, if it is traveling at greater than the ideal speed, ang tendency po ay tumalsik yung ating gulong. So, away. So, therefore, the pressure, which is also termed as the friction, dapat po opposite po to the direction of the motion. So, ito yung ating x-axis at ito po yung ating y-axis. Okay, by geometry po, this would be the angle. Ito po yung tinatawag nating super elevation E. At ito naman po yung tinatawag po nating gauge. The gauge is also termed as the thread. So, yun po yung inaapakan ng ating gulong. So, for the gauge, and that is the thread, ibinigay po kasi siya in feet at saka po yung in inches. So, I'm going to convert the feet to inches. Okay, so 4 feet, convert ko muna po in inches and then I have to add the additional po of 8.5 inches. So, the total of the D, that would be the gauge or the thread is equivalent po to 56.5 inches. And then to compute for the angle of inclination, okay, tangent of theta, gagamit po ako ng ideal speed para makuha ko po ang ideal banking angle. So, B squared all over GR. Okay, yung aking pong B, kinonvert ko lang po siya into feet per second. So, paki-check na lang din po on how to convert again. So, square ko po yon all over G, all over the radius of curvature na ibinigay naman po as 2,000 feet. So, may makukuha po akong value po ng theta. Now, for the super elevation, ito po yon. Since meron na po akong value po ng theta, gamit lang po ako ng trigonometric function na sine. So, that would be the opposite. That would be the value po of the E all over po the hypotenuse, which is equivalent po to 56.5. Okay, may nakuha na po akong value po ng E, which is equivalent po to 6.7454 inches. Now, since it is traveling at a greater speed than the rated speed, so magkakaroon po ng pag-skid. So, pag-skidding po, ang formulang gagamitin po natin is tangent of theta plus phi. I-add po natin na meron po siyang friction. So, V squared all over GR. Tangent of theta plus P is equivalent po the actual speed, that is 117.8333 feet per second. Again, kinonvert ko lang po yung actual speed po niya na takbo na 80 miles per hour. Kinonvert ko lang po siya into feet per second. Square ko po, divide by 32.2, divide by 2,000 feet. May makukuha na po akong theta plus P, which is equivalent po to 12.0667 degrees. Therefore, I also can compute for the value of the phi since I know already the value of the theta. So, 12.06667 minus ko lang po itong 6.8568, makukuha ko na po yung aking angle of friction, which is 5.2099 degrees. Now, for the resultant po, take note po na ito po yung ginamit po nating figure kanina. Ito po yung weight ng ating gulong. Ito po yung centrifugal force. At ito po yung normal. At ito po yung resultant. So, pagkuha ko po ng resultant, gagamitin ko po yung theta plus phi. Okay? Gagamitin ko po yung aking cosine because I know the weight of the car. So, gagamit po ako ng cosine of the theta plus phi, which is equivalent po to 12.0667 degrees. equivalent po sa adjacent side, which is the weight, which is given to us as 100,000 pounds divided by the hypotenuse, which serves as the radius, which serves as the value of the resultant. So, may makukuha po akong value po na 102,259.4323. Ngayon, to compute for the pressure or the frictional force, kung matatandaan nyo po, ito po yung aking normal at ito po yung aking frictional force or the pressure. So, para makuha ko po iyan, okay, ang gagamitin ko lang po ay ito pong aking R na na-compute. Okay, at saka po yung aking ito po, So, ang gagamitin ko pong trigonometric function is sine because opposite, that is force triangle po natin. Ayan. Ito po yung opposite side. This serves as the frictional force. Okay? All over po the resultant, which is equivalent po to 102,259.4323. Okay? So, pag kinuha ko na po iyan, ang akin po palang angle would not be already the theta plus P kasi ito na po yung aking kino-consider. Yung N, the frictional force or the pressure, at po yung resultant po niya, which is the diagonal po of the parallelogram. So, may makukuha po akong 9289.2647 pounds. Now, I'm going to solve it differently. Gagamit po ako ng konting statics po natin. So, ito po din po yung ating gulong. So, it has its weight. It has its centrifugal force. Meron siyang normal force. At meron po siyang pressure or the frictional force. Ito yung ating x at ito yung ating y. Ito po yung kinuha ko lang po yung aking angle para malaman ko po gagamit ako ng cosine or sine when I resolve the weight into x component as well as y component. Ito po yung aking E, ito po yung D na kinumpute po natin, yung ating gauge or the thread, which is equivalent po to, yan. Same pa rin po yung ating procedure. Kinuha ko lang po yung aking ideal banking angle gamit po ang aking ideal speed which had been converted into 88 feet per second po para po maging consistent tayo sa unit. And then afterwards, may nakuha na po akong value po ng theta. Pwede ko nang makuha ang aking super elevation E. Gagamit lang po ako ng trigonometric function na sine. So, sine of 6.8568 all equivalent po sa opposite side which is E all over the thread, which is the length of the thread, okay, is 56.5. So, may makukuha na po akong value po ng E. Ngayon, for the centrifugal force, ito po yung ating centrifugal force, the formula po is equivalent po to mb squared all over r. However po, yung m ko, ginamit ko po na w all over g because the weight of the car is given. So, substitute mo lang po yun. Okay, may makukuha ka na pong centrifugal force. Now, gagamit po ako ng statics para po makuha ko po yung pressure na P. Gagamit po ako ng summation of Fx equivalent po to 0. Dynamic equilibrium po tayo. Ito po yung nagsaserve po na as such reverse effective force para po maging dynamic equilibrium po siya. So, summation Fx equals po to 0, going po to the right will be considered as positive. Ang ating pong x-axis ay ito pong acting along the incline. So, what are the forces acting on it? You have the centrifugal force, that is 21,377.5017 pounds. Gagamit lang po ako ng cosine of theta para makuha ko po yung x component po niya. Okay? And then, I have the weight po, which is equivalent to 100,000 pounds. Kukuhanin ko lang din po yung x component niya. So, that would be sine of 6.8568. And then, I have the frictional force or the pressure minus P. And then, equate it to 0. May makukuha po akong value din po ng P, which is equivalent po to 9285.7633 pounds. So, Parehas po ang lumabas ng sagot. Medyo magkaiba lang. Okay, siguro dahil sa rounding off. So, pwede ko yung gumamit ng forced triangle o kaya naman po, pwede po kayong gumamit po ng summation of forces equals po to 0, considering po na dynamic equilibrium siya. Okay po. Thank you. So, kung may mga katanungan po, mag-post lang po kayo ng message dun sa channel kung saan ko po ipopost or i-upload itong ating topic na banking curves. Thank you and God bless.